What's up, y'all? My name is Warren E. Freeman Jr. I'm here with Warren's Vlog, episode 33. And today I'm discussing Battleground from last night. Raw is about to come on. It's about to come on in about an hour and a half, hour and 15 minutes. So I ain't gonna be here too long because I want to watch Raw. From what I'm hearing, Raw has a new set tonight. I'm like very excited about that. Okay, I'm not taking a bump every video, alright? I'm very excited that Raw has a new set, so I'm looking forward to seeing what that set looks like tonight. Oh, Battleground from last night. I'm just reviewing it. Alright, we had a pre-show match, which is not going to get a rating, because I don't do pre-show ratings. The Usos versus Dango. I don't know, Fandango and Tyler Breeze. I always get their name messed up. Alright, so, yeah, there was a pre-show match, and everyone in my apartment, it was about 8 people there, we all got it wrong. We all picked the Usos to win, but Breeze Dango won, so I'm guessing they're doing something with Breeze Dango. Alright, so we kick off the pay-per-view. Also, disclaimer, the way I have these matches written down, or the way that I wrote them down, see here, for my predictions video. So that's the same order that I'm going to go in. I'm not going to necessarily go in the same order that the matches happened in last night. So if that screws anybody up, I do apologize ahead of time. Sasha and Mystery Partner versus Charlotte and Dana Brooke. I had my guesses of what the Mystery Partners would be. I suggested Lita. So did Booker T, apparently, on the pre-show panel. I also suggested Paige, because Paige was involved earlier on this month when Sasha returned to save Paige. I also heard Nikki Bella, but then I found out Nikki Bella was cleared to train and not wrestle. And plus, Nikki Bella, the only way that would make sense is because Nikki lost her title to Charlotte. But that wouldn't justify Nikki randomly returning face. So my fourth pick, which was Bayley, turned out to be Bayley, and the crowd pop for Bayley was absolutely enormous, and I hope that this means that this is a permanent stay for Bayley on the main roster. But if it was just for one night, it was still tremendous. It was a basic tag match. Sasha and Bayley went over. Sasha got Charlotte to tap out to the bank statement, which I'm not sure if that was the right decision to do. I would have probably gone with a pinfall finish rather than a tap-out finish, because I just imagine a tap-out would be much more important and bigger if they do wrestle at SummerSlam. So my thing is, if Sasha taps Charlotte at SummerSlam, it's not going to mean as much because she's already done it. But nonetheless, still a good match. I gave that a 3.2. If you guys follow my ratings videos, you know 5 being the best, 0 being the worst. And I throw decimal points in there because I like to be complicated. So that match got a 3.2. Next match, I do believe this was the next match, the New Day versus the Wyatts. I picked the New Day to win because it appeared to me that the Wyatts got the advantage in that, whatever that was on Raw when the New Day went to the Wyatt compound. But the Wyatt still went over. Bray Wyatt with the Sister Abigail on Xavier. 6-man tag matches, there's no gray area with those. They're either good or they're not. And both 6-man tag matches on this show were very good. I gave that 6-man tag, Wyatts versus the New Day, a 3.5. Very good match there. Moving on to Rusev and Zack Ryder. My prediction was right for this. I picked Rusev to win. I particularly enjoyed Bob Backlund's and Maurice's involvement towards the end of the match. But I'm surprised I gave that a 3 because it ended on a DQ or like a double DQ, or I'm not sure what it was. It probably was a no contest. Darren Young jumped out the ring and put Miz in the chicken wing crossface. Man, try saying that. Chicken wing crossface. Try saying that 3 times fast. Let me tell you. So that was a no contest. I'm not a big fan of. I'm sorry. I just completely botched that. I was thinking of Darren Young and Miz, which was a 2.7, and that was a no contest. Rusev and Zack Ryder ended on submission with the accolade. So, yeah, I just completely Sin-Cara at that. It's hard to say that. It's a hard thing to say. So let me go ahead and correct my botch again. Rusev, Zack Ryder ended on submission via accolade. Darren Young and Miz ended on a no contest, which was a 2.7. Rusev and Zack was a 3. Becky and Natalya was a 2.9. The problem with Becky and Natalya is not, or with Becky and Natalya, is not that it was a bad match. It's just that the fans were so worn out from Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens, which I'll get to in a few seconds. After Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens, I mean, that crowd was completely wore out from Becky and Natalya, and it diminished the flow of the match. Because when you're watching, I don't know about you guys, but when I'm watching a pay-per-view, whether it's Raw, SmackDown, if I'm there live, if I'm watching it on TV, the crowd is a major part in me enjoying the match. If the crowd is into it, I'm going to be into it. And, yeah, and Becky and Natalya was good. My prediction was right. Natalya won via sharpshooter. I'm beginning to notice a lot of submission finishes here. Sasha, Rusev, Natalya, all submission finishes. A lot of submission finishes here in this pay-per-view. Cena, Enzo, and Cass versus the Club was absolutely phenomenal. No pun intended there. And the promo from Enzo and Cass was really good. It was funny. And the thing with Enzo and Cass is they're so damn cheesy, but they're not cheesy to the point of, okay, you can shut up now. They're cheesy to the point to where it's still entertaining. The promo before the match was entertaining. The match was entertaining. Of course, Cena pinned AJ because I gotta get my win back. Cena got his win back and pinned AJ with the attitude adjustment off the middle or top rope. I think it was the middle rope. That was a 3.8. Another thing about Enzo and Cass that I enjoy is Cass's mic work. A lot of bigger men don't seem to be well on the mic. That's like a stereotype that most big men get. They're not really good on the mic. And my argument for some big men, like Roman Reigns, for example, their presence is enough to where I feel they don't need to be big on the mic. But Cass is really good on the mic. He's not quite as witty as Enzo, but Cass and Enzo complement each other very well. Most of my predictions, and I explained this in my last video, most of my predictions came from the fact that people were splitting up. Like, I got the New Day Wyatt match wrong, but every other match I got wrong with people going in other ways, I got right. And the reason why I got them right was because they were either staying on the same brand together or they were splitting apart. Now, Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens I got wrong. But, you know what? I don't even care that I got that match wrong because that was an awesome fucking match. That was my highest rated match on the show. And I'm sure anybody that watched that show was going to agree with me that Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn stole that show. I rated it higher than the triple threat, which I'll get to in a minute. I mean, I don't give out 5s often, and I didn't give this a 5. And I gave this a 4.2. And the reason why I gave it a 4.2 was because in the middle of the match it was a little bit slow, but they were telling a story. And this story just was not just started at the Royal Rumble. I mean, if you followed them in NXT, you know their NXT story. If you followed them on the Indies, which I didn't, but the WWE has done a wonderful job of highlighting their history throughout the Indies, highlighting their history as friends before they got into wrestling, while they're into wrestling. And for about a good 20 minutes, they told a hell of a story. And one of my favorite points in that match is at the end. Sami Zayn sent Kevin Owens into the corner and did the haluva kick and didn't go for the pinfall. Instead, he picked him up, slowly picked him up, and looked in his eyes. And it was just like a look of, I mean, I couldn't even describe it to you. It was like sorrow, anger, resentment, all rolled up into one. He just looked at Kevin Owens, pushed him up against the corner, ran back into the opposite side of the corner, which I hate, by the way, and delivered that haluva kick with as much malice as you could possibly imagine and pinned Kevin Owens, and that was it. Another spot I enjoyed from that match. Oh, man. So Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens are on the apron. Sami Zayn picks up Kevin Owens in a brainbuster and drops Kevin Owens on the apron. And when I saw that, my initial reaction, I mean, I tucked. Just because I've wrestled myself, I know how to tuck. And that was just my initial reaction when I saw it. I just cringed. And I was like, oh my God. And you talk about cringeworthy moments. How about that spear from Big E when, who did he spear? I think it was Braun Strowman that he speared. What up, DJ? He speared the shit out of Braun Strowman and landed right on the back of his neck. And when I saw that, let me tell you, that I cringed more than I've ever cringed in my life. And I've seen some cringeworthy moments in pro wrestling, football injuries, MMA injuries. As far as I know, Big E's okay. But Big E is way too big to be doing that spear, and that needs to stop. He needs to stop doing that. He seems like he does it on pay-per-views. And every time he does it, it looks like he damn near kills himself. Back to Sami Owens and Kevin Owens. That was 4.2. Main event, triple threat match. The match that people have been talking about since the Shield broke up. Seth Rollins versus Roman Reigns versus Dean Ambrose. People have been talking about this for about a year and a half. And when you talk about a match like this, you're going to have high expectations. And I had high expectations for this match. But I also expected it not to meet the high expectations that I had set for it. Let me say that again, because I know I confused y'all. I had high expectations for that match, but I expected it not to meet the high expectations that it delivered, if that makes any sense. That being said, it was an awesome match. The problem I had with this triple threat match is that it had a lot of that. It had a lot of problems that triple threat matches have when you have two little guys and one big guy. And the problem with that is that formula of the big guy dominates the two little guys for a long time. And I felt that's what Roman Reigns was doing. He just Superman punching people and just wah and all that. My prediction for this was Roman Reigns to win. So I was wah and doing this all throughout the match because I was picking Roman Reigns to win. Not necessarily because I'm on a Roman Reigns bandwagon or anything. It's more of I just want to be a renegade going against the IWC and cheer for Reigns. But I picked Reigns to win because I thought that would be the best way to get the most heat on the guy. And it be legit heat instead of just IWC heat. But Dean Ambrose won. Hit the Dirty D's on Reigns. And I was cool with the ending of the match. I was cool with Dean retaining. I'm predicting they're probably going to do something tonight on Raw where they either award Rollins a title or something like that. I'd like to see the WWE title float between both shows. But anyway, when the match was over, the SmackDown locker room came out and congratulated Dean Ambrose for winning. There were some things I've noticed, though, with the people standing in the ring. Number one, the obvious thing, were the Usos, Roman Reigns' cousins, were hosting up Dean Ambrose on their shoulder. Like, that was odd to me. Zack Ryder was in a suit, looking like nothing had ever happened to him, even though he just got the shit kicked out of him. John Cena was right there, front and center, standing next to Dean Ambrose. You know what that reminded me of when I saw that? Remember, well, I don't remember this, but I'm a historian. I go back and I watch shit. But for you wrestling historians out there, remember when Macho Man won the title? This was like, it was at WrestleMania 4. And remember how, like, Macho Man was the WWF or WWE champion, and Hogan was, like, right there, like, right beside him, just to make sure Hogan is still in the spotlight. I kind of felt like that's what John Cena was doing. Like, when Dean Ambrose was holding the title out, Cena was right there front and center. Like, I'm not the champion, but I'm still here. That's the impression I got from Cena being out there. But anyway, overall, that triple threat match got a 3.9. Overall rating, Joe, bring it up. Yes, yes, yes. That reminded me of something. I immediately was turned off from this triple threat match when I saw Mick Foley and Stephanie McMahon and Shane and Daniel Bryan come out to the ring. Because I was under the impression that with all those 4 people being out there, I thought this match was going to be overbooked to shit. So as soon as I heard the general manager's music, I'm like, oh crap, this is going to be overbooked. Mick Foley's going to get involved. Shane's going to get involved. Stephanie. But they didn't get involved. I was pleasantly surprised that it was not overbooked. It was the standard triple threat match with Reigns, Rollins, and Ambrose going out there and doing their thing. But yeah, overall rating, if you average everything together, it was an 8-match show. Overall, well, if you're an idiot, if that's what that is, I mean, go back and watch it. I mean, I know, Thomas, that you are an avid John Cena fan, but go back and watch it, and then go back and watch Macho Man winning the title at WrestleMania 4, and you'll see, like, Hogan standing right there in Macho Man's spotlight. That's just the comparison that I make. You know, that's my opinion. If you disagree with it, that's on you. But anyway, overall, the pay-per-view was a 3.4 with an 8-match card. All my ratings combined, 3.4. 7.5, well, that's if you're going off of a, yeah, but Cena was standing right, like, in the center where Dean Ambrose was, is what I'm saying. Just go back and watch it. Joe, 7.5, that's cool. I know, right? 7.5 would be probably my rating, Joe, if I had a 10-star rating instead of a 5-star rating. 3.4, 7.5, it's about compatible there. But this has been Orange Vlog episode 33. I'm going to have more videos coming out for you. Post in the comments if there's an old WWF show you want me to review. Any era, New Generation, Attitude, Ruthless Aggression. Let me know what you want me to review, and I'll watch it and I'll review it for your entertainment. But until then, I'm Warren Freeman. I'm signing off. You guys have a wonderful night. Enjoy Monday Night Raw tonight, because I know I will. And peace out.